everyone, Coda D. Come in. Well, let's talk about a series I like, the Transformers. And God damn it, why am I here? Because it's Transformers, and you are basically you're named after freaking Michael Bay. Oh yeah, but I'm doing something with Bioyon for the plan to defeat Hackabite. Okay, tell me what it is at the end of the video. But anyhow, let's talk about Beast Wars, the second show Mainframe did in between the releases of season 2 and 3 of Reboot. We start with Beast Wars. Beast Wars is a great show. One of the best Transformer series with writing, better than the crappiness of the G1 cartoon, but still better, not as bad or same level as the Marvel comic. But this is not about the original Transformer. We're talking about Beast Wars. Or in some in the country of Canada, it was called Beasties, which is just a weird fact, but let's begin talking about Beast Wars. Beast Wars! Doo-doo-doo. Hey everyone, Coda D. Conan. Time for another edition of Hobby Toku Anime. And today we're talking about one of the best early CGI shows, Transformers. Beast Wars, which is the sequel to the original Transformers. A series that is awesome and great, but really with CGI not being good at the time, this show is a little cheap in the sense that there's less characters than most toy promotion shows at the time. But it's still a good show. A lot of the toy merch doesn't show up, but you still see about every major character. If you don't see it in the show, that means he's not a main character in the fandom. Sorry about that, but anyhow, let's talk about Transformers Beast Wars. Okay, I did Transformers anime stuff in another video, which is another show, but the point is, I talked about Beast Wars anime stuff. In this video, we're not talking about Beast Wars anime stuff, because that's technically another show. For now, we're just talking about regular Beast Wars and Beast Machine stuff. Got that? Good. Let's talk about Beast Wars. Okay. Beast Wars consists of 5 good guys and 5 bad guys. Starting off with the good guys, we have Optimus Primal. Yes, monkey, not truck. Sorry, that was a joke. But the point is, Optimus Primal is like our main leader, like Optimus Prime, but descendant of that. Next up is Cheetor, our badass cheetah character, who's technically the cool kid of the series and the bad boy. Next up is Rat Trap, the team's snarky guy played by Scott McNeil. Yes, the same voice of Duo Maxwell from Gundam. Same using the same voice tactic. And he has a few other roles, but I will explain one of the Decepticon one later. Next up is Rhinox, our spiritual character who's technically our Oracle / Wise Man character and medic. Yes, he's both an Oracle and a medic at the same time. Kind of weird, but kind of great. Next up is Dinobot, which is weird because Dinobot starts as a Predacon, but it's because of "this is not Earth" debate, which really, just to note, the story is basically the Autobots Decepticons are now replaced with Maximum Predacons as an evolutionary thing, because it takes place 300 years after the Great War, even if this takes place in the past, which I will explain when we get to Dinobot, which we now are. So Dinobot basically starts off thinking this is not Earth, then it turns out it is Earth, and now everything I'm doing is sin, what makes him dead, and I will explain that when we get into his replacement, which I won't say. But anyhow, that's for the 5 main Autobots. Time for the main 5 Decepticons. We got Megatron. Yes, Megatron from the original Transformers. Okay, it's not Megatron, but a guy named Megatron. So there's 2 versions of Megatron. One regular Megatron, which is the gun/truck tank in most series, but now it's a dinosaur. This is weird because he's purple, like the Predacon logo, but colors. But the point is, he's not like Barney bad, but he's kind of the reverse Barney. I'm sorry. I love you. You are dub. Sorry, that's the joke. But yeah, next up is Waspinator. Yes, Waspinator, a character who is Scott McNeil's main role. But the weird thing about him is that I'm not kidding. He's the Kenny of our show, getting blown up and beat up every single day because of cannon fodder. Yeah, that's funny. But anyhow, the next character is Tarantulas, our scientist for the villains. Basically, he's great. Then there's also Scorponok, not Transformers Headmaster Scorponok, but a different Scorponok. Yes, a lot of Transformers in this series have the same name as classic characters, but not. And this is our main show version. But anyhow, that's great. And Pterosaur. Those two characters, both Scorponok and Pterosaur, are completely not important. And now I will explain there are 4 additional characters for season 1. They are Tarantulas and Inferno for the Predacons, and Transit being our first female villain. Yes, that's kind of weird, and she changes size in season 3, but I will explain that later on. Then also Inferno is like a fire ant. That's kind of great. And next up is freaking Tigertron and Air Razor. Our couple, and fun fact, in Japan, they were gay. But in America, they're basically not gay because Air Razor is a girl. It's a weird fact of history if you didn't know that. But anyhow, the point is, Tigertron is a repaint of Cheetor. Yes, a repaint. Same thing with Tarantulas and Black and Acne both being repaints. But that's the Autobots and Predacons thing. But anyhow, point is, Tigertron has logic circuits and he feels more spiritual and more animalistic, which is kind of funny why he's not a main helping the Predacons and Maximals in the series. And I like to say Autobots instead of Maximals. I'm sorry. It's just an opinion. But anyhow, point that Air Razor's kind of there, both being a couple, being their only character together. But anyhow, they get shot in season 2 and get fused into another character I will explain towards the end of this segment. Got that? Good. Now for season 2. Season 2 only has 3 new characters. And before we do, I have to explain Starscream guest starred in season 1, which is kind of funny because it has an indestructible spark. Speaking of that, we also have our 2 Fusor characters, a subline where basically we fuse 2 animals instead of 1 animal. So the 2 animals are Silverbolt and Quick Strike. Quick Strike being a Predacon that part spider, part scorpion, which is kind of bland and kind of has a southern accent. Then also Silverbolt, our main character of season 2 that's added. He's really good. And also there's one other Decepticon being freaking, I kid you not, a character known as, wait for it, a Rampage. Not Rampage, but Rampage. Basically, his whole character is he was trying to rip off Starscream's indestructible spark. Nicknamed Protoform X, he's basically Transmetal Tarantulas. And yes, I will explain what Transmetal is, because Transmetal is weird because it's one of the only few sublines with 2 versions. Transmetal 1 and Transmetal 2. Just to know, Transmetal 1 is basically 3 modes. You get robot, vehicle, and beast. And the beast is more of a mashup of vehicle, robot, or vehicle mode as a power-up form for the vehicle. But really, it's weird. A vehicle form for a beast series? That's kind of weird, but kind of great. And they're all chrome metal. That's why they're called Transmetal. Got that? Good. Next up is season 3. And before we get to this, I will spoil one thing that the fandom knows about a lot. And that is, they're on Earth! Yes. And basically, Megatron destroys Optimus at the end of season 2. And almost destroyed the fabric of reality until Optimus Primal, which he was a Transmetal 2. Okay, Transmetal 1 figures are Optimus Primal, Rat Trap and Cheetor. Decepticons are Megatron and Rampage and one other. No, just those 5. I think Tarantulas, it's just Tarantulas and those 5, I think. Also, I will explain now Transmetal 2. Because after Optimus gets upgraded to Ultima Optimus, which is not Transmetal 2, but still Transmetal 1, but a deluxe figure, which I did not realize was a freaking figure. Like, I thought it was Transmetal 2 like most people, but it's really Transmetal 1. That's kind of shocking that there's 2 Transmetal Optimuses. I feel like that was weird, but Optimal Optimus is basically now with the powers of Optimus Prime just to save it for the time stream. Good power up. And basically later on, Megatron gets his power up, but he gets Transmetal 2. And at the end of season 2, Brachyarachnia joins the good guys. And she would later gain her Transmetal 2 design. Makes her a little more badassery and more like her Beast Machine's counterpart. Really, her Beast Machine's counterpart's awful, but it's better in Beast War. And her Transmetal 2 is better than her Beast Machines. But that's another story. But the point is, the show is great. Also, there's Depth Charge, which is basically a Stingray Autobot. Technically, he doesn't do much in this show. He was playing for season 2, but never showed up until the middle of season 3. And as a character, he's kind of not worth it. But also, freaking Dinobot. Yes, I said he died in season 2, but in season 3, they revived him and turned him into a monster. Basically, Transmetal 2 Dinobot is now completely evil, with none of the good moral parts of the regular Dinobot, which is kind of disappointing, but kind of great, because originally there was an episode planned where Rat Trap was going to upload the old memories of him. But that never happened in the show because the show ended. But the point is, the show ends with Megatron, Optimus Prime, and Megatron battling. And that's also Tigerhawk, which is like a fusion of Air Razor and Black Arachnia. And yes, the Vox stolen them. Yes, that's the name of the alien race that they don't say for a while. But the point is, the Vox are bad as villains. And if you want more Transformers stuff, I recommend Transformers The Basics, a good web series from like a channel I like. But anyhow, if you want more information about characters, I will explain. Look up that series. That's great. Anyhow, back to the show. Now let's talk about Transformers Beast Machines. Oh, God. Beast Machines is a sequel series, but I won't explain much about it. I'll just say it's awful, and really, technically, the only characters that return for the main 4 Optimus, Black Arachnia, Rat Trap, and Cheetor. Basically, they all get upgraded with Technobotic, and I will explain that next year for Reboot Month or whenever I do a Reboot Month. But for now, let's just say it's not a good show, kind of useless, but it's still important. But it's not Beast Wars good. I'm sorry, but next time we're going to talk about one of my personal favorite Mainframe shows, and that is next time for part 3 of Mainframe Month, we're doing Hot Wheels. And forgetting this is a sequel to the original toy line. And by the way, Lord starts now. Hey, God damn it, why am I here? Well, tell me what's going on with Jan. Well, he is. God damn it. What is it? Oh, gosh, Secret Devil. What is it, Jan? Okay, the point is, Hecabyte's plan destroyed the 2 main supercomputers. There are 2 supercomputers connected to his warehouse. Either the supercomputer Vector Sigma, which he just... Oh, God. Oh, no, he's destroyed the Vector Sigma. Next one is freaking the next one is Reboot, the show Kodioko. He might destroy that next week, but we're not doing Reboot for a while. But anyhow, point is he's reviewing something. God damn it. Yeah, I'm sorry. I read the script. We were serving him in a hello. Wait. Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, you forget that Waylo Sardin can show up in color. God damn it. But anyhow, let's talk about this in another video. But anyhow, sorry for the lore stuff errors. But the point is, somehow Screwcoon's plan to destroy the base with Hackabite is going to be challenging. How can we stop him? Because Hackabite is so powerful. He might be our toughest foe. Fred of the channel. More powerful than Screwcoon by a little, but I don't know if they're connected or whatnot. I will research it for next week. Okay, well, tune in for that video. But anyhow, this is commencing. Bye-bye for now.